Today we got to talk about Feliepe Franks and his decision to commit to Arkansas. And all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we need to talk about grad transfer Feliepe Franks, who has decided to commit to play at Arkansas. Classes begin at Arkansas on January 21st. That is the day after Martin Luther King Day. And this follows a 48-hour visit where Feliepe Franks was on campus in Fayetteville. He said he came down there with the express desire to meet with Kendal Briles and understand what the offense is, the veer and shoot, for which we've seen that offense works. It is prolific with the right quarterback. D'Eriq King thrived in this offense. And going back to the Baylor days with Bryce Petty, Nick Florence, even RG3, you could see why this offense was so good. And I believe that Kendal Briles knows exactly what it needs to take to run it and operate it well in a way that, say, Sterling Gilbert has sort of struggled with it from time to time, but at UCF was really good. TU was there for a little bit, and then, of course, at Texas, and now he is back at Syracuse, where he and Dino Babers are going to try to get things going. Philip Montgomery, TU at my alma mater, not so much, but I think Kendal Briles knows what he wants in a quarterback. I thought the fit here was going to be D'Eriq King because we'd seen it work before. It's not to say that Feliepe Franks couldn't be the guy, and at 6'6", 230-plus pounds, the dude can move. The ankle is fine. What we understand, he's rehabilitated it, and he's demonstrated that he's capable of leading without wearing the pads on. Now, this goes back to his time at Florida, where he was a part of that team all the way through its Orange Bowl victory and was nothing but supportive of Kyle Trask. And you really want to see that out of a quarterback. You want to see that out of most football players, but you really want to see that out of a quarterback. And he didn't have an ill word to say about Florida, about Kyle Trask assuming the starting job. It just goes to show you how football is, man. All it takes is one injury and you get Wally pipped for your job, but that doesn't mean that you can't go somewhere else and thrive. See Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma. He goes from losing his job to Tagovailoa, backing him up for an entire season, to leading Oklahoma to a 12-2 record, its sixth consecutive Big 12 championship and a berth in the college football playoff. And, look, man, he ended up at the ceremony. So there's all of that. With Feliepe Franks, you're getting a dude that can really step in there and be a quarterback with what I think is an outstanding group of wide receivers that we didn't talk about a lot about because they weren't very good last year. But when you look at what they have and you look at what Rakeem Boyd brings to coming back as an 1,100-yard rusher, what you get with Burks, what you get with that 2019 class that was wildly underrated, finishing number 23 in the 247 composite with Jalen Catalon back there, Miles Slusher joining up. Maybe they'll be the tandem safeties and on the back end for the defense. And Barry Odom, who's coming from Missouri as defensive coordinator for Sam Pittman. Hot sauce Brad Davis is the offensive line coach. He's going to be able to put some great quality offensive linemen in front of them in years to come. But with Feliepe Franks, you need a dude that can move because that offensive line is not going to be absolutely outstanding. And it's not as if their schedule is not just going to be a juggernaut. Look, man, they get Notre Dame to September 12th. They got to go up to South Bend to try to get things done against the Fighting Irish. And then they also have Alabama, LSU, and Texas A&M on their schedule this year. So it ain't going to be any easy wins in there, but you're going to know how good this Arkansas team is really quickly. And if they can even push a Notre Dame with Ian Book returning at quarterback, with Tommy Rees ascending to offensive coordinator, that would be cool. Because it'd be nice to see Arkansas get up off the mat and go back to fighting. I know that there are lots of Hog fans that are overjoyed with Sam Pittman because of how much he wanted the job, but also his pedigree as a recruiter. Sam Pittman was up there with Bill Beatonbow as, if not the best, 1B as offensive line coach in the country, man. He's got 3 of those dudes that he coached at Georgia. They're going to the NFL draft. Andrew Thomas, the offensive tackle, probably going to be a top 10 pick, and he's done that year after year. So we know that if he has his hands on the offensive line at all, they're going to be really good. But also, you're going to get a lot of yes sirs out of this man because he's going to go to Louisiana and win. He's going to go to Eastern Oklahoma and win. He's going to go to North Texas and win. He's going to be able to go into Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida and win. And if you can get a high-profile grad transfer like Feliepe Franks into your program, that only bodes well for you. I mean, I know that Feliepe Franks was down to Arkansas and Kansas, And we know what kind of offense that they want to run at Kansas, and is much more high-flying and pass-happy run and gun. Whereas with Kendal Briles' offense, he wants to run the football. Like, it's the veer and shoot. It's not the shoot and veer. But they're going to take the top off the defense, and you're going to need a guy with a cannon who can absolutely unload the football and is also a third threat in a triple option sort of scheme. And by triple option, I mean you can hand the ball off to the running back, you can keep it, or you can toss it. That's what I mean by triple option. But I really like this. I was hesitant at first, but the more I took a look at it, the more it feels like if Feliepe Franks can really learn the sauce of Kendal Briles' offense like some quarterbacks have been able to do, there's no reason to believe that they can't put up a bunch of yards. And perhaps we might be able to talk about Arkansas the way we were talking about Southern Methodist last year. Maybe they'll surprise some folks, but it ain't going to be a schedule for the faint of heart, man. Like, I expect Jimbo Fisher's Aggies to come on. Alabama is my early pick to win the national championship. We all know what LSU was last year, and even if they're not what they were last year, they're still going to be pretty doggone good this year. And Notre Dame is always going to be in this conversation, at least at the start of the season, about a team that can reach for a national championship. So you're going to get a good test and a good understanding of just how good Arkansas can be early on. I'm going to be looking forward to that. I'm really excited about the SEC West. This division, I feel like, could be a conference unto itself, right? Because you look at the quality of coaches there. I don't think we've ever seen this quality of coach in one division at the same time ever in the history of the sport. And I'm excited to see what Feliepe Franks, Sam Pittman, Kendal Briles can conjure up offensively, and then defensively, what can Barry Odom give us with a Razorback group that is aching to win. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.